That's what I thought.
Okay.
I'm from here.
Okay.
I'm a neighbor. I live in Southview.
Okay.
And I'm in the book club.
Okay. In the book, another book.
I want to thank everybody for coming here tonight to celebrate, and I stress celebrate, the life of a wonderful woman. I hope you enjoyed today. You couldn't ask for a much better, warm, sunny fall day. I'd like to think it was something other than a coincidence. That maybe somebody's kind of helping it along. I'm sure Monika would want this to be a celebration of smiles, hugs, and laughs. How I got here is a long story. Stan and I were classmates at Montpelier High School. We never saw each other after graduation until our 50th high school reunion. At that time, I met Monika, and in the next 10 years, we became close friends. And I learned that Monika was a caring, loving, understanding, and she also appeared to enjoy my warped sense of humor at times. She also loved animals. And I believe that in the woodshed at their beloved camp at Groton, there was an ample supply of cracked corn that she used to feed the ducks on the lawn, which is a noble endeavor. The side effect was that it turned the lawn into a minefield. But her intentions were good. At this time, I would like to introduce Ginny Sloan Wood, who is Stan's daughter, and she's got some thoughts on the family. At my age, that would be a catastrophe.
Anyone has to come from this first. Sorry, I haven't spoken in front of people in a couple of years, so bear with me. But as I said, my name is Ginny Sloan Wood. I'm Stan's daughter, and I'm privileged on behalf of my father and Tony and Natalia to welcome you here this evening. Seeing everyone here tonight and hearing stories of the last few years, and especially in the last few months, it's clear how much love Monika gave and received in her life. I know she loved with joy and happiness all her children, Tony, Natalia, and Scott. She loved life to the fullest, not only the animals she rescued, but those in the wild, as we just discussed, the ducks, and some snakes I've heard about. She loved her friends and making new ones wherever she traveled. Mostly, she loved my father. She and my dad had a truly inspired love, friendship, and companionship spanning over 4 decades. So, while tonight may bring tears, I hope it will also inspire warmth, love, and some laughter from the stories that made up their amazing journey together. Thank you. A number of tributes have actually been written from people that could not be here tonight, so we're going to read some of them, and then if maybe people would like to come up and say something of their own, that would be great. Any questions? No? Okay, no, I was hoping for a laugh, but okay. From Sherry Shapiro, one of Dad's former CRS colleagues. I remember Monika for her elegance, dignity, grace, and graciousness. From Monika and Stan's Canadian friends, the Wilcox family. The Wilcox family will always have fond memories of Monika, whose generous human spirit, love of family, wide-ranging interests, and appreciation of nature made her a very special person. She was a joy to spend time together with Monika and Stan. They proved that Austria and Vermont make a perfect combination. With all our love, Christine, Paula, Yara, and Martine. And Carol and Dennis, who are here tonight, did bring something, so would you like to read it yourselves, or would you like me to read it for you?
You can.
Okay. Whenever we think of Monika, Carol and I think of how excited our dogs, Angus and Jamie, used to get when Monika would come over to visit, because they knew that when Monika walked in our house, they were definitely going to be on the receiving end of the biscuits that Monika had in her pocket, or a box she was carrying. The only question we had was who had the biggest smile on her face, our dogs or Monika. Thinking back on how Monika loved animals, we can't help but think of the Rainbow Bridge poem regarding the passing of the pet. Remembering Monika, we once again read the poem and could not help but think of the last 2 paragraphs of the poem and how it related to Monika and the many pets Monika interacted with. Excuse the few words we changed, but these changes could not be more fitting. Okay, this one might be tough for me too. All right. This side of heaven is a place called the Rainbow Bridge. When an animal dies that has been especially close to someone, that pet goes to the Rainbow Bridge. The pets all run and play together, but the day comes when one suddenly stops and looks into the distance. His bright eyes are intent, his eager body quivers. Suddenly he begins to run from the group, flying over the green grass, his legs carrying him faster and faster. Monika has been spotted, and when she and your special friend finally meet, they cling together in a joyous reunion, never to be parted again. The happy kisses ran upon her face. Their hands again press their beloved heads, and she looks once again into the trusting eyes of your pet, so long gone from your life, but never absent from your heart. Then they both ran across the Rainbow Bridge together. That was beautiful. Carol and Dennis. So, okay, well, tissue. Yeah. From Wendy Savoy, Monika and Stan's friend and Stan's high school classmate. I feel very lucky to have known Monika. She was a beautiful person, both outside as well as inside. There are so many memories I have of her. One of the fondest is walking with her on my favorite beach in Maine as she filled up her bag with every shell or bit of sea glass that she could find. She would even pick up the pretty pieces of broken shells. She loved it all. And I really appreciate her love of animals. She adopted a dog I knew who needed a loving home and gave him the best years of his life. For this, I will be forever grateful. I love you and I miss you, Monika. That was lovely. From Tony's friend, Lisa Jones. She was a special lady. She always claimed a special place in my heart. From Monika and Stan's friend, Wendy, I'm sorry, Hisco, sorry. She was a very special woman and you were an amazing pair. from their friend Jan Dragishall. I'm so sorry if I missed something of his names. I am so sad about your loss, our loss. Monika was such a lovely person. I will have many sweet memories about her. From their friend Goldner Abbott, I will remember meeting Monika in Wilton Park. She was a great lady, warm-hearted and elegant. From their friends Jan Willem and Petra Dalmati, Petra and I mourn your loss of Monika, the love of your life and our dear friend. We will remember her as a beautiful, lovely, caring lady, wife, and endearing companion. From Dad's former colleague at CRS, Robert Bell. Stan, I count myself as one of the fortunate few to have known Monika and seen you together so obviously in abiding love. These are words from a Buddhist service for Monika that was done by a friend of theirs for over 50 years, Marina Jan, is leader of Buddhist faith in Austria and has conducted traditional Buddhist services to mark Monika's crossing. I remember how Monika helped me get comfortable working for the U.S. government in the Vienna Foreign Broadcast Information Services Bureau. We became good friends. When Monika said she'd be leaving Vienna, I was distressed. But Monika reassured me, saying she had fallen in love with an American and they were going to get married and live in the United States. Subsequently, Monika and Stan visited Vienna on several occasions. And we always got together with myself and my husband Klaus. Every time, we agreed that even if the years had passed between meetings, it was always just like yesterday, as the friendships continued and strengthened. My father's contribution to the Buddhist service. Dear Monika, speaking for your entire family, we all love you and miss you so much. We will always remember your love and caring for your children, family, pets, and nature. For my part, your skipper, I treasure the 48 years since love brought us together. You will forever be a part of my heart, my sustenance, and my soulmate. I love you, my sweet princess. Goodbye. I'm so sorry. I read the wrong one first.
Did you open the floor down?
Yeah, we open the floor to anyone who likes.
Stan. I'm Leonard Chelmer, and my wife Ellen and I drove here from Virginia. And as we have done each time we come to visit the Sloans, we found that entering Vermont and coming into their environment and feeling the joy that comes with being with them was both relieving of travel stress and certainly lowering our blood pressure after coming up. So it's good to be with you, even on this occasion. We may have some things in common, all of us. Some of us knew Stan and then Monika, and others vice versa. Some of you may be old enough to remember having pen pals. Well, Stan for me was a thought pal before he even became a pen pal. And then through Stan, Ellen and I met Monika. For me, after reading his writings while living in Europe, he became my actual pal. And then Monika and he are actual friends. And then, of course, we grew to know each other better. Yet we have something else in common. Something that Monika shared with me during an easygoing conversation at their lakeside camp. Remember her quick wit, the manner in which she held your eyes with her own when she was speaking with you? She told me that what we all have is today, and we have each other. So as we celebrate Monika's life, we have each other. And we have her via these and all our other memories. And of course, we have Stan. Our time with Monika, that gorgeous, intellectual, articulate, exceptionally well-dressed woman. Monika, that wonderfully gracious and certainly generous friend. She's memorable. She's memorable in so many different ways, from photos to something to hold or touch, and through Stan. And Monika, all that we remember will remain so. It is good to be with you. Stan, it is wonderful to be here with you.
Anybody else like to get up and say anything that's here in the room? Okay. I unfortunately read out of order, but we have some more tributes that I know my father would like to share. Blame it on you. You're supposed to be emceeing with me. Okay, just two of the same. Okay. Then what I will do is then close again with something that you've already heard.
Maybe if you're going to go up and get their glass, so we can close to the
Okay. Would everyone like to go and get a glass of cider so we'll pass them out?
That's the goal.
Mom, the place.
If we weren't in the library, we would be hosting Vermont Park.
What a great idea.
You've done this before. I was a waitress a long time ago.
Well, they're finishing that up, but just like that. Monika was a very special woman. I've known her pretty much all of my life. And the creativity, the beauty, and the love that she managed to share with everyone she knew was always a very inspiring thing about her character and who she was. So, since I got a little head the last time, does everyone have a glass? From my father. Dear Monika, speaking for your entire family, we all love and miss you so much. We will always remember your love and caring for your children, family pets, and nature. From my heart, your skipper, I treasure the 48 years since love brought us together. You will forever be a part of my heart, my sustenance, and my soulmate. I love you, my sweet princess. Goodbye. So, will you please raise our glasses, make a toast. May she live in our hearts and in our good works for all time. To Monika.
To Monika.
And to all of you for being such wonderful friends. To both Monika and my father. Cheers. Does anyone have a fun story to tell?
So please stay, eat, drink, enjoy each other's company, and thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. I know I can't say too much because I wouldn't be able to, but you understand that. I'm so thankful for your being here. Thank you.
You're about to see someone who is triple vaccinated hug someone who is also vaccinated. Are you ready for this hug? Yes.
You know it's true. Everything